Hey guys, so today I wanted to do another running video for you, if you can't tell by the title. Obviously this is my must-have running gear, the stuff that I consider most important to have a successful run and be comfortable and safe and all the stuff that you need to be when you're running. So I have 5 categories I'm going to go through, and I'm going to start with the least important stuff and work my way up to the most important stuff. So the first category or 2 is stuff that like you don't have to absolutely have 100% to be able to run, but then like the last couple categories are essentials. So the first category I'm going to start with is technology. So for me, really the only essential technology is my Apple Watch. I would recommend getting some sort of Garmin or something like that where you can track your mileage, some kind of GPS watch. It doesn't have to be a specific brand. I just already had the Apple Watch when I started running. This is the first Apple Watch that ever came out, like not even the Series 1, the one before that. So it's super old and I just still have it and it still works just fine, so I just use it. If my watch ever dies and I need to get a new one, I may consider getting a Garmin. I'm not really sure, but some sort of GPS watch is an essential for me. And that's truly the only like absolute necessary technology for me personally. But I always carry my phone on me as well. And I would say if you're going to carry your phone on you, it's probably a good idea to get some sort of waterproof case. This is a life-proof case. It's in a really obnoxious color, like blue and orange, because it was the cheapest one that I could find on Amazon that was like actually life-proof. So I would prefer like a black case or something, but I just got this one because it was like half the price of the black one. And I don't care what my phone case looks like when I'm running. I don't keep this on my phone at all ever. I always keep this case on my phone, like some kind of black case with a pop socket on my phone for like normal everyday use. But when I'm running, I find it very helpful to have a waterproof case just in case it rains, or in case my water bottle leaks onto my phone, or in case like I sweat on my phone or anything like that. I find it really helpful to have a waterproof phone case. For some people, headphones might be an absolute essential. For me, they're not. I can run with or without music. It's totally fine either way, but I also would say it's a good idea to get a pair of waterproof headphones, just again for sweat and rain and all that kind of stuff. If you're gonna run with music all the time, I would say consider investing in a good pair of waterproof headphones. I found a pair on Amazon for like 20 bucks, so it's not that hard. I just have like the over-the-ear wireless headphones, like the Bluetooth headphones. They're on the charger right now, so I didn't even bring them in here for this video because I was like, it's not essential for me. But I would say if you do need to run with music, then you might want to consider a pair of waterproof headphones as well. Okay, so for me, that's really it as far as technology. GPS watch, and then I guess it's not really technology, it's a phone case, but to me it kind of falls in the technology category, so yeah. A GPS watch is truly the only real essential for me. So moving on to the next category, which is accessories. So I have a list of everything on my phone. If you see me keep looking down at my phone, that's why. I'm just trying to make sure I list everything that I have on my actual list here. So for me, carrying hydration when I run is absolutely essential. I could not run longer than maybe like 2 or 3 miles, especially in the summer, without hydration. So I have a couple of different options that I really like for hydration. The first thing I ever tried was the flip belt, and I know this is probably going to sound like a sponsored video, but it's not. So I got the actual flip belt brand. I'm sure you could find stuff like this that's off-brand and probably half the price, but I just went with this just because I wanted to try it. So if you don't know what this is like basically just a belt that you can wear under or over your clothes. Sorry, there's always a train that comes through when I'm trying to film a video. Anyway, and it has these little like pockets like this, if you can kind of tell here, that you can stick stuff in. I think there's like 4 pockets all the way around. So you put it on like this, you put your phone, your water bottle, whatever you need to put in your pockets, your keys, your ID, whatever, and then you just flip it inside out like that. So everything stays really snug against your body and it's not going to fall out of the pockets. And I thought it would like jostle around a lot, but it doesn't at all. It stays put. Make sure you like, if you get the flip belt or any other brand, make sure you like read the measurements and stuff, because if you get too big of a size, it's obviously going to flop around a lot. But I think this is a size medium, and it was like true to the measurements. It's not too tight, it doesn't like squeeze me, but it doesn't like come up and down, it doesn't like jangle around while I'm running or anything. So I really like this. And then also, sorry I dropped it, I also decided to invest in a couple of the flip belt bottles. Again, this is the actual flip belt brand because I want it to work with the belt, but I'm sure you could find anything like this that would work with, that would be compatible with a belt like that. But yeah, so this is basically, if you can tell, like the shape of the bottle kind of contours a little bit, and they make a larger bottle as well, which I tried. I don't like it as much. I think these are a little handier. They're a little more comfortable. But the shape of it kind of contours a little bit, so you can stick it in the belt, so you can stick it in like upside down, and then when you flip the belt over, it will like contour to your body. So this is something that is super essential for me to almost always have on me, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my alternative option in a second. But I don't like this as much in the summer. That's why I tried the other thing I'm about to tell you about, just because it's like too much to fumble with. When I'm sweaty, I don't want to like turn the belt in and out to like get the water bottle and stuff, and I need hydration more in the summer. And also I don't like another layer like constricting me when I'm super sweaty. Like I get super hot and super sweaty super fast. Why am I saying super so much? So I wanted an option that wasn't quite so handsy, didn't quite involve so much sweat and contact with my body. So I decided to finally try one of these. I don't know what these are actually called. It's a water bottle with a little pouch on it. I don't know what these are like actually called, but I tried the brand Nathan. There's another brand called Amphipod, I think. I didn't like how it felt in my hand as much, so that's why I went with the Nathan. But what's really great about this is you just kind of like stick your hand in it. It's catching on my ring here. And then like there, you don't have to like actually hold on to it while you're running. You can literally just like fasten it to your hand. It has a little strap so you can tighten it, and then you just like run with it like this. And I mean, I kind of like curve my hand around it when I'm running, but like I don't really have to hold it. So it also has a little pouch here where I can put like my carb endurance stuff, like my gels and everything. I can also fit my phone in there. I can fit my keys in there. I have fit my phone with the life-proof case on, and my like car keys, and I think 2 gel like endurance carb pack thingies, whatever, in here. And I still had a little bit of room to like fumble with everything, you know, to get it all out. So there's definitely plenty of room and stuff like this. It, you know, stretches a lot. I just liked how the Nathan felt on my hand better. The Amphipod just felt a little weird, and those are the only 2 I tried. But these are super great. So obviously you have your water here, and while you're running, you just do that, and it's basically hands-free. I find it a little handier for like races and stuff because you're not fumbling with the belt. Probably in the winter I'll go back to the belt because I won't need like I won't need my water on my hand as much. I won't need hydration as often. I don't get as dehydrated in the winter because I don't sweat as much. You still do need hydration in the winter, but I don't personally need it as much in the cold. And also I will like be wearing gloves, or I'll have my like shirt pulled down over my hands in the winter. So I won't want to deal with like something cold on my hand. So this is a great summer option. The flip belt is a great cooler weather option. I'm glad I have both because I can flip back and forth for appropriate occasions whenever I feel like I need to. Hydration is absolutely essential. Even if you literally just carry a bottle of water with you, like a bottled water bottle of water. That didn't make sense, but hopefully you know what I mean. Just like a Aquafina bottle or whatever. If you just carry that with you, like as long as you have hydration, you're good to go. But these are just some like handier options for actually carrying your water with you. So that was a really long spiel just about water, but I have a couple other accessories that I think are essential for me personally. And the main thing for me is a pair of good sunglasses. These, I did invest a little bit in these. I mean, they're $25. It's not that expensive, but for a pair of sunglasses when I'm usually just go to the store and buy like a $5 pair, yeah, it was a little bit of an investment, but these are amazing. This is the brand Gooder. If you can kind of see that there, hopefully. The store I bought these at had another brand like Tifoli or Tifosi, something started with a T. I don't know what the actual word is. It starts with a T. And the guy that sold them to me was like, you know, they're both good. Just go with whatever color you like, really. And I really like this dark green color. So I really like this brand personally. They're made really, really well. The box explains like all the technology and stuff, but basically they don't like slide off your nose, they don't slide off your ears, and they're really, really lightweight, but they're very durable. And they also have like some kind of other protection here. Sorry, I just realized that my ring light is probably like blinding you guys off the reflection of these, but there's something in the technology of how like the lenses are made that like protects your eyes better from the sun, like the UV rays and all that. These are getting a little scratched up, so I'm probably gonna have to get a new pair within the next few months, or well, these will probably just do me for the summer, and then next summer I'll get a new pair. But yeah, so I think that sunglasses are super essential, and I find it very valuable to invest in a good pair of like actual running sunglasses. Also something that for me is, I have to have it if it's sunny at all, is a hat. I just have this Nike one. I really like this because it's like the really breathable technology and it dries really quickly. It's like the dry fit like line or whatever. And I got one in white because my hair is black and I want to reflect the sun and not absorb it. So yeah, I just got it in white because I dyed my hair dark and I wanted to detract from that a little bit, I guess. I think the only other options were like gray and black, and I was like, well, I'll go with white for the summer at least. So this is also super handy in the rain. I really like to wear hats when it's raining, or at least a visor or something, because if the rain is coming at you, this kind of like shields your face a little bit, and so you're not as blinded by the rain. So anytime it's raining or anytime it's sunny, which is basically all the time, at least in the summer, I'm wearing a hat when I run, or a visor or something like that. Also something that I find very helpful when it's maybe not super sunny, but it's a little sunny, and I don't want my hat because it's just too much, but I want a little something to help with the sweat, are buffs. So I just recently started getting into buffs. They are basically, this is what the whole thing looks like. You can wear them a lot of different ways, but the main way I wear mine in the summer is just like around my head. I don't want to put it on because it's kind of tight, but I just wear it like around my head, like as a headband or a sweatband. You can wear these all kinds of different ways. The package says all the different ways you can wear them, and in the winter I like to pull them like over like my throat area, and then kind of pull them up over my face a little bit. That's super handy. So I just brought a couple in here to show you guys a couple of my favorites. These are both from like the National Parks line they released, and these are two of my favorites ever, like the Buff has ever made. But this is the one that is the hot line. So it's got like the extra UV protection and stuff. This particular one is just for the Great Smoky Mountains, so I had to have it. And then this one is the warm version, so it doesn't have like the extra UV protection, but it's not super heavy. And they also make a cool and a cold line that have like thermal and stuff in them that obviously like have more protection against the cold and stuff. But this is the Appalachian Trail one, so obviously had to have that because that's where I'm originally from, is over close to Appalachia. So but yeah, I just got, these are the ones I've been using in the summer, and since it's summer, that's why I just obviously brought these to show you. But yeah, these are great for a million different things. Well, not a million, that's an exaggeration, but several different things at least. They help with sweat, they help protect. I guess if you were running in a super dusty area, you might want this to cover your face even in the heat. Yeah, so look into buffs if you're serious about running like distances and trails and stuff like that especially. It was just something I got curious about, so I decided to invest in, and I'm glad I did because for me they're now an essential as well. So all that stuff is important, but even though I'm saying it's an essential for me, if you don't have that kind of stuff, you're still gonna be able to run. Like I said, just pop a water bottle in your hand, put on a pair of sunglasses, and like you're fine, you know? So technology and accessories are important to me, but not absolutely vital to me being able to run. But the next three categories pretty much are, and the third category is clothing. So it's very important that you run with proper clothing. If you're just out there running in like a loose pair of shorts and a floppy t-shirt, you're gonna be miserable in the summer. If you're running like sweatpants and hoodies and stuff in the winter, it's like oversized, you're gonna be miserable as well. So it's really important to invest in like the proper clothing. So I'm gonna go through like some of my essentials for warm weather and cold weather. So for warm weather, I have a couple different options that I like as far as shorts. If I'm running a super long distance and I know I'm gonna get like potentially some chafing and stuff like that, I will go with compression shorts. Actually, in the summer, I pretty much always have compression shorts on. I got this pair from Academy for like 10 bucks. It's like their house brand, and these are amazing. You can get compression shorts pretty much anywhere, probably like Walmart and Target and stuff like that. You could go a little higher end and go with like Nike or Adidas or something like that, but like I said, these were fine. I got a few pairs of these for the summer from Academy for like 10 bucks, and they're amazing. I like this particular length because it's a little longer, and it doesn't ride up, like it doesn't bunch up, you know, when my legs move forward, when I run forward and stuff like that. So that's why I went with the longer length, is because I just wanted to keep that length and keep that compression. I used to really love Nike Pros, and I still do love Nike Pros as far as compression shorts, but they kind of tend to ride up when I'm running. So I wanted a bit of a longer compression short for running. So compression shorts are an absolute essential for me. And also I would highly recommend looking into some actual running shorts. My favorite brand is the Nike Tempos. I love these. I'm a Nike girl. I always have been, but I've tried some Under Armour and I've tried some of like the Sophie. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But like I've tried several different kinds of like running shorts, and to me the Nike Tempos are perfect. They're the perfect like texture and thickness, and they're the only shorts that personally I find are an appropriate length. The Under Armour and Sophie and I think maybe I tried some Adidas, and I don't remember some other brands I've tried, but they were all a little too short, or again they would like kind of bunch up as I was running, but the Tempos stay put. I like to size up a little bit in these because I like a little bit of extra room. So I do usually size up one size just to have a little bit of extra room, but honestly, you wouldn't have to. They're still functional in like your true size, but I like just a little extra room in these so they don't bunch up quite as much. But yeah, so invest in some good shorts, whether it's compression shorts or like running shorts with like the, by the way, they have like a little panty in them. So that's kind of handy. You don't have to wear underwear if you don't want, and you don't have to worry about things bunching up. So yeah, invest in a good short, whatever works for you. And then also in the summer, a true singlet is absolutely essential. This is an old one. Like it's been washed a lot. It's a little stained. It's been through it. But this is still one of my favorite singlets that I own. Again, it's Nike, but a singlet is just basically a thin, breathable tank top. I, again, size up in a lot of my stuff just because I like the extra flowiness of it. I like a little extra room. Especially when I'm sweating, I don't want something like sticking to me. But yeah, get you a good singlet. It's valuable that you're wearing proper clothing. So a tank top like this, or even just like a regular like t-shirt material tank top, is gonna stick to you. Even just a regular t-shirt, it's not gonna breathe properly. So you need something that's gonna breathe. I'll even wear like tech t-shirts and stuff like that. Not as much in the summer. I'm pretty much always in a singlet in the summer, but as it starts to get a little cooler, I will start going into like tech t-shirts rather than actual t-shirts. Most of my tech t-shirts are just from races and stuff like that. So you can find those just about anywhere as well, but make sure you're wearing like appropriate clothing for you. So as the weather starts to get a little cooler, I have a couple different options. I just pulled these out of the laundry so they're inside out. But like in the fall and spring and stuff, I really like capris. I don't really like full length leggings. I'm going to show you a pair because, you know, when it gets hot, you got to do what you got to, or when it gets cold, sorry, you got to do what you got to do. But I get really hot in full length leggings. So when it gets cooler, I like to go with the capri length legging. This is again a Nike pair of capri leggings, but these are like actual Nike running, like it's from the Nike running line. And they actually go just like right below my knee. So they're great for a little more coverage when it's cooler, but they're not as restrictive as a full length legging. And actually these even have like a little zipper pocket in the back. If you don't have like a belt or something, you can probably put your keys in that. So that's another good thing about like running clothing, is sometimes you'll have extra pockets and compartments and stuff. I also know a lot of people who get the leggings with like the little pocket on the side for your phone. I don't have any of those personally, but yeah, look for a good pair of capris or full length leggings if you prefer, that work for you, that are a good length for you. I also really like these because they are breathable like at the back of the knee, so I don't get super overheated in these, and that's why I love them. But like I said, when it gets super cold, you got to do what you got to do. So I really like the, again, Nike Pro line of leggings. I don't know what these are actually called, but they have like the thermal inside. These are my favorites personally because the way that this thermal is designed, it's not super constricting. Like I don't feel like I'm overheating. It's like that breathable, I don't know what it's actually called, but it basically, it wicks your sweat away. It doesn't make you just like sit in a pool of your own sweat if you do get a little warm. Even if the weather's cold, and that's why I really, really like these. So these are a full length legging, but they are thermal lined all the way down, so when it's super, super cold, I will be out there in these. And then also, I actually invested in a couple of like, I don't know what you call these, pullovers, I guess, in the Nike Pro, like cold weather line. I'm trying to like zip this up so it looks normal. But this is just the same thing, basically. It's got, you probably won't even be able to tell in this because it's the same color, but it's got that like thermal, like fuzzy flannel type stuff. Also, this is like the neon yellow, so it's going to be show up like super weird on camera, but the color is going to be super off. But I find this is super essential as well when it's very cold. I don't mind long sleeves as much as I mind long pants. So I could wear stuff like this and like a pair of shorts or a pair of capris even when it's kind of chilly, and I'll still be fine. And I really like these kind of pullovers because there's some mesh over here. I don't know how well you can actually see, but there's some mesh like under the arm, like on this side of the inside of the arm, so it breathes a little. And then these actually have the little handy thumb holes. So it's great for holding your sleeves down, and also it kind of like covers your hand a little, so you've got a little extra warmth. Collar comes up high on these, but you can unzip it, fold the collar down if you get warm or whatever. So invest in some good, it doesn't have to be Nike. That's just a lot of what I have because I really like Nike. I think the brand works well for me personally. But look for a brand and a style of clothing that's not going to be super heavy. Like I said, sweatshirts and sweatpants are not going to wick your sweat away, and it's just not suitable clothing to be running in. You might get chafing and stuff like that. So look for something that's got that finely lined thermal lining on the inside, flannel, whatever it's called, and it's fairly lightweight. And even this kind of stuff, like the outside of this is still that like tech t-shirt type of material. So it's definitely made for running, it's made for being out in the weather, and it's going to do the proper things that your body needs to continue running, or continue functioning basically. And then the last little clothing thing that I would highly recommend, if you have boobs, invest in a good compression bra. Regular sports bras don't cut it for me. Just like regular, normal sports bras, I don't know another word other than regular or normal. I have to go with compression bras. I don't have big boobs. Like you guys can tell, I'm not a big chested person, but I don't like anything bouncing. And if I wear a regular sports bra sometimes, I get a little sore the next day. So I personally like compression bras. Again, this one's Nike, but you can find all sorts of different brands and stuff. Under Armour also has some ones that I've tried that are pretty decent, but invest in a good compression bra. Not something that's going to like suck you in where you can't breathe, but something that's going to hold everything down and not let it flop around. You may not look super full-chested in a compression bra. I'm completely flat in a compression bra, but like I don't care. I don't care how I look when I'm running. It's all about functionality for me. Okay, so that was again a super long spiel. I'm trying to move a little faster so this isn't like a 4-hour long video. So the next to last category I want to talk about is socks, and socks are so important. I used to just run in like my cheap Walmart whatever socks and didn't care because I was like, I'm just running in them. Like I don't want to buy fancy socks and, you know, just run and sweat and whatever in them and get them dirty and yeah. But it's absolutely essential. Like it's so important to have a good pair of socks. So I have a few different brands I'm going to show you guys. So for just basic running like in the summer and stuff, I have a couple different brands that I really like, and I like the I like an ultralight cushion and like the, I don't know what you call this, ankle cut, I guess. Not the no-show where it like goes down below your shoe, but just like the ankle cut in socks. That's my favorite. And I really like the ones that have like the little tabby at the back so they don't fall down, or you can reach up, grab them, whatever. So I really like the brand Belega. That is my absolute favorite brand. I like the brand Features as well. They have some good socks that I've really liked, but Belega is my tried and true for sure. These are they look a little dirty because they're white. White's just gonna wear anytime you get white stuff to exercise in, it's just gonna wear badly. But I like these. Again, they are the ultra light cushion, if you can see that on there. They have all kinds of different options as far as like good running socks. You can get an ultra light cushion, a light, a mid, a max. Every brand has something a little bit different to offer, which is why there are so many good brands out there. But I would highly recommend going to like a specialty running store, or at least talking to someone who is an experienced runner and can help you pick out a good pair of socks for you. Like I said, I like the ultralight cushion. I like the brand Belega, but that's just me personally. And like I said, Features is also pretty good. I also like the brand Swiftwick. I have not tried any of their like ankle socks, but I have this pair of like crew socks, I guess is the length. I'm not good with stuff like this. Like I said, this is the brand Swiftwick, and I just got these because I wanted American flag socks for the 4th of July, but honestly I have no complaints about these. They are a sort of compression sock. Like they're not super suctiony, but they give me a little bit of compression on obviously like my lower leg, which does help with blood flow and all sorts of things like that. I have talked about compression socks in my shin splints video. So I'm just gonna like mention them here, but I really like this for like a summer compression sock, and then also in the winter and for recovery. You will always catch me in a full length compression sock, I guess, like that goes up to like right below the knee. And my two favorite brands are Nike and Under Armour. I have this from Nike, and then pretty much the same thing in an Under Armour sock. There's the Under Armour logo. I just have both brands because I like both brands. I wouldn't really say I like one better than the other. I just like both. So if I just see them in a color that I like, I pick it up in either brand. But yeah, so as far as actual like running socks, Balega and Swiftwick are my personal two favorites. I also have a pair of socks from Zensa that are that same like crew length. Haven't tried them yet. They have beer on them, and I got them for me and my friend. We're doing a beer run in November, so I got them for that race just to have beer socks because why not? So I haven't actually tried them yet, but she loves them and she says they're amazing. So that's the 4 brands I would recommend: Balega, Features, Zensa, and Swiftwick. And then last, but certainly not least, are shoes. Shoes are the absolute most important thing as a runner. If you cannot afford anything else, splurge on a good pair of shoes. Now, I will say I always ran in Nike shoes before because I was like, oh, Nike clothing is the best. But Nike shoes, honestly, in my experience, are not the best. Go again to a specialty running store, have them fit you for a good pair of shoes. It is worth the investment, I promise you. And these were recommended to me by the guy who fit me. These are dirty and they're getting a little worn. I probably need to get a new pair of shoes, actually, probably within the next couple months. They say anywhere from 300 to 500 miles is recommended. Just depends on how much wear you put on your shoes. But so yeah, these are the ones that were recommended for me, and they are the brand Brooks. I've always wanted to try Brooks, and so I was so glad that he recommended these for me, and he was like, this is what you want. I was having some trouble with pronation, so if you can kind of see, these have a lot of stability in the inside, which actually you can kind of see a little bit better from the back. So they have all this stability over here, which helps my foot not pronate. Keeps it steady, it doesn't let it go in like this, basically. So, yeah, super essential that you get fitted for a good pair of shoes in a brand that suits you. There are a million different brands out there. My husband really likes, he has Ultras, and he really likes those because they have the wide toe box. My friend that I'm doing the beer run with, she also really likes the wide toe box, but she likes Topos. I know I have a lot of friends that like Hoka's. I can't really think of anyone else that uses anything else other than Brooks and then those brands that I just mentioned. I'm sure there are other people that I know that use other brands, but those are just like the top brands that I know that people really like. So I don't really like the wide toe box so much, like I don't necessarily need it. Maybe if I start training for ultras one day, I'll want the extra room for swelling, but my foot is like I don't have a very wide foot. I have a very narrow foot and it's very like tapered. So the tapered shoe, like I guess like your standard look on a shoe, is what works best for my foot. So I went with these, and then I would also recommend getting a good pair of insoles. The guy at the running store recommended, oh my gosh, couldn't get them out, recommended these for me, and these are just the Pulse by Power Step. Again, these are a little faded and worn, but I really, really like these. They also have like extra stability in here to help with my pronation. So yeah, I think a pair of insoles is what makes a pair of shoes. You can get a good pair of running shoes and they still won't be like at their maximum capacity if you don't have a good pair of insoles in them. And also I have bought some other pairs of those Pulse Power Step insoles and put in like my other shoes. I have a pair of Asics that I was able to save. I was about to toss them because I was like, I can't even function in these, but I put a pair of those insoles that help with stability or help with pronation, put those in my Asics, was able to save those and use those for shorter distances. So yeah, you can also make a okay pair of shoes even better. If you can't afford the investment in a good pair of shoes right now, at least invest in a good pair of insoles to get you by until maybe you can save up and get a good pair of shoes. Also, these were a size bigger than I usually buy. They had like this cool scanner thing that like analyzed the size I needed and everything, and he actually recommended it. It analyzed me at a half size bigger than I usually buy, and then he told me I needed to go up another half size from that to allow for swelling and everything. So I normally wear an 8, like that's what I buy in every shoe is an 8, and these are a 9. And I tried them on in the store and I was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna try them. They had like a money back guarantee and everything, so I was like, I'm just gonna try them, run in them, see how I feel. If they are like flopping back and forth on my foot, like I'm gonna take them back, get a smaller size. And they're absolutely perfect. And I was like, I would have never thought that I would buy a shoe in a size 9, but these are perfect for me. So yeah, good pair of shoes. Go to someone, a specialty running store if you can, but again, at least someone that knows what they're talking about, that can help you find a good pair of shoes that works for you. And then I just wanted to mention, if you're into longer distances, you might want to get a good pair of like recovery sandals. I know most of the people that I run with like the brand e.l.f, I think is how it's pronounced, O-O-F-O-S. And you can get them in like a couple different styles. You can get them in like a flip-flop or a slide. But personally, I love my Chacos. You can get Chacos again without like the toe strap that just like goes straight across, and those are probably actually better for recovery because you're not gonna have like the extra pressure from a toe strap. But so far these are working for me great. I did actually buy them for recovery sandals. I just bought them because I don't normally wear sandals at all because I can't wear like normal flip-flops and stuff like that. It just hurts my feet so bad. And all of my friends have Chacos and everybody loves them, and I was like, okay, I'll finally just invest in a pair and see what I think. And I love them. I've worn them all summer just as like a normal everyday sandal, and I love them. I know some people think they're super ugly, and I did it first for years. I was like, this is the ugliest things ever. I will never buy a pair of those. It was like Crocs to me. And now I'm like, I could never live without my Chacos. Some people wear them for running and hiking and stuff. I personally don't think I could ever do that. I like the protection on top of my foot. But I know some people do that and it works for them. Like the bottoms are, you know, like made, I guess, with the tread and stuff where you could do that. But I personally wouldn't recommend it. I personally wouldn't do it. But yeah, get you a good pair of sandals for recovery. I will probably invest in a pair of UFOs when I start training for marathons and stuff like that officially. Like, I think after the marathon I would really enjoy having a pair of UFOs. So I'll probably invest in those eventually. But yeah, so that was a lot of crap I just threw at you guys. Hopefully, if you're still here at the end of this super long video, this was all helpful to you. As I always say, if you have questions, ask them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Other than that, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!